What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Now, today we're here with Lost Soul Aside on PS5 Pro first. We've actually got two PlayStation 5 Pro modes, and then obviously later on we'll go into a PS5 version, and then later after that we'll do a comparison side by side as well. But I like to just show you in these videos what you're getting from your console that you've purchased, so you can actually see how you're going to run this game on the piece of hardware you've got. So without further ado, please consider liking and subscribing, and let's jump into this game on PS5 Pro. Now, just to show you the options quickly, let me just close that. We have a two graphics modes, a performance pro mode and a quality pro mode. So we'll start off in the performance pro mode here. We've literally just started into the intro sequence of the game, and it's kind of telling us what we can do in terms of dodging, blocking, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I have Googled what this is actually using, but it seems like it's just a dynamic 4K. It doesn't actually tell us the moment at the time of recording this video what whether it's using sort of like PSSR or not using PSSR. It just says a higher and more stable frame rate than the PS5 version. So that's kind of all we have. So yeah, we don't really have any more specific info compared to that, but it doesn't really matter. This is what the game looks like. It actually looks good. Like, it's one of these kind of like massive, like almost like hack and slash games where you've got a load of people on the screen at one time. I've got a frame rate counter on my monitor, so just to report what we're kind of seeing at the moment, we're a flat locked 60, which is I gotta say, nice to see. It's what you expect from especially a pro console. I'll be interested to test the quality mode as well, which we'll get into shortly, and I'm interested to see if the base PlayStation 5 is going to be the same. Now, there's no skip button here. There's no way of going through, but sometimes it's nice for you guys to actually see the cutscenes and see what you can expect from cutscenes too, because they are important as well, and it's nice to just see image quality wise what you're actually getting all across the board. So so far, look at these detailed cutscenes, really nice. Gotta say, we're at a locked 60. I have not yet seen the frame rate actually budge in gameplay or cinematics just yet, so that's nice to see. I'm interested to see where this game goes as well with actually how the game is. This is a PlayStation, one of the funded games that they do. I can't remember the exact terms for it, but it's one of them that's been pushed by PlayStation, and yeah, I'm excited to dive into this one. It feels very Final Fantasy-like. Like, even that whole area looks like the Final Fantasy VII area, right? It just looks like it, and it even feels like it. So I gotta say, it's kind of one of those ones that I'm looking forward to actually getting my hands on and diving into. But for those of you interested in buying it, this is what you can expect image quality wise. So this is the performance mode, of course. We've got 60 frames per second that we're currently in right now. No 120 hertz mode or anything like that for this game, but we have got a 60 and a 30 probably on, I would have thought. Right, there's no skip, so we're just gonna have a little look here. And yeah, this just looks like the whole first Mako generator area to me. Like, this is actually kind of weird how similar it looks, but I don't know, I like it. I hope this becomes a franchise. If this game is good, all right, let's have a little stutter there at the beginning, like a little, even the items on the ground look similar. Okay, so visually really nice. You can see some ghosting on the character though when I pan left and right near the sea. Can you guys see that, like, very clearly ghosting? If I swipe left now, look to the right of the character, you can literally see, especially on the sea there, you can see ghosting trailing behind. So that's something to note. There is certainly some sort of upscaling going on. It is 60 frames right now. These animations, though, they almost make it feel like it's stuttering. The way the guy runs, if I pan the camera like this, we know we're not stuttering in terms of, like, camera panning. But when I'm sprinting, it feels like we're stuttering just because of, like, the kind of like clunky almost clunky animations. So, all right, we've got this nice little market area here. I want to have a little look at the 30 frames per second mode as well while we're just here at the beginning. So let's jump across to Pro Quality Mode, apply settings. There we go. Let's have a little look here. So Yeah, this is a 30 frames per second mode. Image quality is definitely sort of sharper, but not noticeably sharper. Nothing like majorly different that I would choose this over it. Just for me, I would absolutely prefer to play at 60. So, but of course, I want to show you what this looks like. Let's look at some cutscenes as well here in 30 frames. It's definitely sharper and more detailed by like far, but it's, I don't know, 60 frames for me, absolutely. I wish they would add a skip button through some of these dialogues in some of these games, because it's just nice to have. It is just nice to have, especially when, like, for me, I don't like to take in too much of the story when I make these videos. I like to actually go and play them after, like, properly. Right, so this is we'll stick with the 30 frames per second mode for now, and then we'll go back to 60 as well. I feel like this will be actually quite a demanding area of the game because of how many characters we have on screen. Like, little areas like this are often very sort of like heavy in terms of CPU load. So that's, if we're going to see a drop, these are the sort of areas we would probably see it in terms of like the 60 frame mode. I can't see drops in the 30 frames per second mode, obviously, because it's way below that VRR window that the monitors actually pick up. But gotta say, it does look pretty nice. Let's keep going on up here. As I said, it's very Final Fantasy. I mean, at least the 60 FPS mode on Pro looks good. You know, it looks decent, especially even compared to, wow, man, this guy's just kicked a kid. What's going on there? All right, let's take him out. Whoa, look at it. Those masks are awesome, though. The head on each side is really, really creepy, to be honest. Yeah, you can definitely see some, like, artifacting for sure. Like ghosting behind the movements of most characters. It's not terrible, but it's there. Alright, I might jump back to the 60 frames mode for this fight here. And we can just have a look and see what that is going to look like. There we go. Right, there's a weapon for us. Right, let's have a little change over here to 60 frames per second mode if these guys allow me to do it. Combat basics, yeah. Sure. Item slot toggle, L1 to roll. It's certainly an odd one. I would be mapping my back paddle to rolling just to adjust what I'm, you know, used to. All right, let's apply that. I love how quick it is to change settings, by the way. Why can't more studios have that? That some games that need to like either go back to menu entirely, or they just they black the screen out while it changes sometimes. It's really like an annoyance of mine, especially somebody who makes these videos showing off 2 separate modes. Every time I have to have the screen black out, the capture card cuts out, it just looks really bad. So back in this mode, we're not seeing any drops. The reflections are actually kind of nice. Like, they do, obviously they're screen spaced, I would have thought, but you know, they're showing off some reflections. It actually looks okay to me. Like, I'm happy with those sorts of reflections. And overall, this whole area is kind of really nice to look at. All right, we've got some dialogue here. Let's just skip through this as fast as we can. We don't want to be standing around here for ages talking to this guy right now. So yeah, to be honest, considering how many characters were on screen at the start, if I was expecting drops, that would have been where it would have been. Either that first combat sequence we did right at the beginning of the video, or really, you're not going to let me go get this item that's right here? Of course. Okay, maybe it's a save point or something like that. Okay. I don't know much about story-wise for this game. Again, I haven't played it, so I'm looking forward to actually getting into this one at some point. Have you guys found it, like, so difficult that we've got just so many games coming out at the moment? Like, it's kind of ridiculous how many titles we've had come out over the last, like, few days, let alone even weeks. Like, just, there's been so many different games coming out. It's been kind of crazy and overwhelming. And deciding, and I'm in the middle of Death Stranding 2 at the moment. Well, not even the middle. I'm in probably the first quarter still of Death Stranding 2. So, like, actually, you know, playing through that is kind of, you know, taking up a lot of time. Well, she's got powers, which is cool. All right.
Okay, I'll head to the city.
Actually, we will both be headed to the top of the wall.
Okay. We're headed to the top of the wall. If this sounds familiar, of like taking out essentially this big place, we know what we're talking about. We're talking about Final Fantasy. So I don't know. This just feels very similar to me, and I'm excited to try it out. Hopefully it does well for them. I'm not sure what the reviews are coming out like in terms of actual like story reviews. Let's have a little look while we watch the cutscene. Lost Soul aside.
But make sure you do exactly as I tell you.
People are saying like overall around 4-star. Like the yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this dangerous mission, Zana.
So, you know, I mean, it's not a AAA game. Like, people have to remember, like, this is not a AAA game. This is a much lower budget game, you know, in terms of what we're looking at here. It's just not, you've got to expect some hitches, but that's the thing. We haven't had any. And that's why, like, you can't let studios not, you know, get away with having these sorts of bugs, a bit like Delta Force, which has more developers than this game and has a lot more performance issues than this game and is lower quality than this game. That's why I said there was a guy the other day who commented on the Delta Force video. It's kind of like, well, you can't make excuses for a studio just because they're smaller. It still doesn't excuse the fact I'm not going to not report on issues. That's the thing. That's the point of me doing these videos, is we discuss we discuss what's going on in the games that we're looking at. So I don't really get what the person was saying who commented that, because it's just like we are literally doing videos telling about performance issues, and if there's performance issues, I'm going to say there's performance issues. It's just stupid to me when people comment like that. Like you're going to show off issues in a video that is made to show off issues, like, obviously. So all right, little area here. Little outdoor nice area. Again, we've not seen any. The only little sort of like drop in frame rate we've seen is that sort of stuttery sort of issue at the beginning when we first loaded in to like the new section and the new area. But other than that, there's literally been nothing, and I'm really pleased with it. I'm sure late in the game, again, this is a first impressions video, so upon further review, when I do get to playing this game fully, we will go back and talk about it a little bit more. But let me know what you think. So far, I'm pretty impressed with both modes. The 30 FPS mode feels, well, it's 30 FPS, but it feels stable for that. The 60 mode hasn't dropped apart from that one sort of like loading hitch there. But again, I'm really happy with that. So I think we'll stop there. Thank you so much for watching. If I do encounter any serious problems in my playthrough when I get to it, then obviously we will update it. I can't play the entire game before making a video. It just doesn't make sense to do that. But thank you so much for watching. We'll get onto the base PS5. I'm interested to see if that's a locked 60, considering their words were more stable frame rate on Pro and higher resolution. I'm interested to see the differences between the two on base PS5 and PS5 Pro. So anyway, we'll get into PS5 shortly. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.